Ms. Samuels, could you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Baker, Cox,
Here.
Dominique, Epperson,
Here.
Escudé,
Here.
Jenkins, Lynn,
Present.
Lynch, McCullough, Pearson, Smith,
Present.
Thibodeau. You have
Here.
a quorum, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Smith to lead us in the prayer, and Commissioner Thibodeau in the pledge, please.
Father, we thank you for this day, Father. And Father, all of our hearts are heavy and our minds burdened by the consequences in Haiti. Father, it just seems like they couldn't be helped enough. But we ask you to guide our government, guide our individuals, help us know what to do and how to help. And give these people mercy, give them grace, and be with them in every way, Father. Father, thank you for our day and for the privilege of serving as a parish commissioner. May everything we do bring honor and glory to your name. This Jesus I pray. Amen. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Do we have any agenda additions from anyone? If not, Mr. Wilson, your report, please.
Hey, Commissioner, yesterday we have an update for you all on the oil and gas activities. I'd like to have Mr. Robert Glass come forward and give you that information. Smile when you come up. Smile when you come up.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, smile, smile. You get that money in your hands that you said the other day.
I'm sure y'all all read the paper that we had another successful lease sale last week. We leased 88.37 acres Quaystar Exploration for $795,330, about $9,000 an acre. And once again, we were, benefiting from competition. They had 3 different companies bidding on the property.
That's good.
We shouldn't have any more coming up until March and April.
And how much, Robert? How much?
The total was $795,330 or $9,000 an acre.
We get a little royalty too.
Sorry?
Didn't we get a little royalty check?
Yes, we've gotten a royalty check off the well to the south of, that's the, can't remember the number. Is it 30? The well we have in Eddie Jones Park. There's another well in the southern part of that where we own half the section. And we've got our first check for about $125,000. We own basically a .0625 royalty interest in that well. And that was for 3 months production.
That ain't too bad.
Cox?
How many acres are coming up in the next couple of months?
Next couple of months, I think we'll probably be having around 500 total. I mean, it's probably going to be cut up into 2 sales.
Okay.
Any other questions for Mr. Glass, Mr. Lynn?
Mr. Glass, in regard to the meeting that you and I attended with DOS for the City of Shreveport, NLCOG, and the Levy Board, have you heard back from the Levy Board in regard to any future meeting?
Not yet. I mean, I think that they said that, you were going to attend the next board meeting, but other than that, I haven't heard anything.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Baker?
Do you know what our royalty check's going to be for the month starting? How much a month?
No, ma'am. I mean, you have to, I don't know how much it's produced. The prices change monthly. The one I quoted, the $125,000 one, that was for 3 months, ending in October, I think. And the prices were very low. They were, $2.80 and $3, very low. And they have since risen. So November, December, January should be, more around the $5 range, and makes a big difference.
Also, they like quarterly checks.
Ma'am?
It's like quarterly, not monthly.
No, they'll be monthly. It's just the first one. The first check that you get, it usually has multiple months on it because it takes you a while. It takes them a while to get to you. So the well's already been online for 2 or 3 months before you get your first royalty check, and then they'll be monthly thereafter.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Glass?
Well, that's certainly good news, and want to commendate you for your continued efforts on that behalf. In the future, though, I think I speak for most of us when I would ask if you would indulge us, and I prefer to be notified by email of these things without having to read it in the paper.
Okay, yes.
Thank you.
All right.
Let me show that well. Yes, sir. The next presenter is Mr. Todd Hopkins. We had some bad weather a couple of weeks ago, actually last week, and you need to give an update on the weather conditions that we had incurred.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. On the 11th of January, the Governor declared a state of emergency for the state of Louisiana, and it was for the freezing weather we were having at the time. And basically what he did was allow the different parishes to declare their own emergency, but also allowed some of these water districts, municipalities, and parishes and cities to file for any kind of reimbursement. Now, Caddo Parish at this time has not declared an emergency. At this time, we've come up with $307,000 worth of damages, $250 of that being Shreveport, so about $57,000 out and about the parish, some of the water districts, some of the towns. We have a $800,000 threshold we must meet, or either a $5.8 million threshold for the state as a whole. It does not look like we're going to meet that threshold at this time, but we're going to continue. We've got 1 month to continue to try to gather these numbers. If the numbers come up to $800,000 for Caddo, at that time we'll declare an emergency, and then we'll try to get all the information to file for reimbursements. That's all.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Hopkins? Thank you, Todd.
Okay, we have an update from Ms. Bryant on e-government. I'd like for her to give you an update on where we stand on that. E-government is our attempts to utilize less paper and go to electronic means of communicating and putting things out.
Save the trees.
Yes, so save the trees. So that's what we're doing.
Commissioners, when you all received your last check, you should have noticed in there the announcement about the parish's online access to be able to access your past payment records, your health information, any benefits, any deduction. And so in that regard, the parish is heading towards providing that information primarily on our, what we call eSuite. We will also look at next year having online open enrollment for the health process so that the employees can enroll in the health and life insurance and other deductions online. We're also looking at a document management system for human resources to have, and a lot of that is disaster recovery. During our process of our audit, the auditors have recommended that we store a lot of our information in an electronic format so that if you ever had to recover anything, it's in electronic format and not just the paper. So we're currently in the process of looking at that. We're also looking at, through our system, we can do the online application processes. We can do ACH payments to vendors. So there are many opportunities for us to eliminate some of the paper and some of the transactions that we process on a daily basis to make it easier for the vendors, for the employees, and for any other users of our system.
Okay, Commissioner, I'd like to caveat on that too, please. We're looking at trying to eliminate issuing paper checks. We issue a lot of paper checks right now, and there's actually no need for us to do that. So we're looking at how do we eliminate that and do direct deposits, and also figure out another way to do that, because we have the technology in hand now that we can make that simple, make that process a lot more simple than what it is right now. And we also visited with the city of Shreveport a couple of weeks ago and look at moving your total agenda online. And we'll get with you all. We met with Vita a little bit and talked to the IT folks with our parish as well as the city. And all this could be done online for us to get rid of some of this paperwork that you've been getting from us. So as that develops, we will bring you in the process to kind of see what your thoughts on that before we go forward with implementing anything with respect to your agenda. But we are looking at trying to do away with paper checks and try to do it in a smart way.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Wilson?
We still have more items, but anybody have any questions on that? I just want to remind you all about the pin ceremony on January 27th, and I'd like to invite you to attend that in the Independence Stadium skybox, where we recognize the tenure of our employees doing that ceremony. And we have an update on the drug card that Commissioner Lynch asked us for as a handout at your stations. We provided you that information. And also, I just want to inform you that Mr. Randy Lucky has been reappointed to the Louisiana Uniform Construction Code Council by the governor. And Mr. Henri has been will become the president of the State Parks and Recreation Association this year.
Is that it?
The port.
Oh, I'm sorry. We got one other item. We have an update on the port, too, so Erica will give you that one.
No, I just wanted to let the commissioners know the port is having its groundbreaking Thursday at 10:30 a.m. for its new administrative offices, and all the commissioners are invited, so we just wanted to let you know about that.
That's a week from Thursday, correct?
It's the 28th.
The 28th. You should have this handout at your station. 28th. Mr. Cox will be out of town. Mr. Smith will be out of town also during that time. They're Fort Worth, Texas. So, okay.
Anyone have any questions for Mr. Wilson?
Here's my report.
Very good. All right. Thank you. Communication reports.
Not on the agenda, sir.
Mr. Smith.
I placed at your desk a article, in case you missed it, in the Times about the Fort Worth problems they've had with Haynesville Shale. And for your knowledge, 3 of the Natural Source Committee will be going over there on January 28th, I believe it is. So we'll be looking at some of these problems over there, talking to some of the city officials, and hopefully visiting some of their problem sites. In addition to that, you have at your desk already a notice about the meeting, water meeting on January the 28th at the Louisiana State Museum. So any of you who can go sure should go and see what our problems are and going to be, and then more importantly, what we can do about it. Thank you, sir.
Any other communications reports?
I'm sorry, that's January the 18th.
January the 18th. So noted.
Here's
public work, yeah. And debt service committee met a couple of weeks ago, and we discussed a couple of things: the debt service millage, one thing, and the other was the situation with the roof and the AC. Of course, now at this point, the roof and AC are in the hands of the city. That ball is in their court. We're prepared to go forward with it. I think that they are moving forward. They're at least talking about a lot of things that they are planning to do. So we're hoping that that's going to be a foregone conclusion real soon. Other thing is the debt service. We decided to bring to the full commission on the first meeting in February a resolution concerning debt service millages. We agreed in principle that we would go forward with the debt service millage with some caveats in regards to reducing some millages down the road. So we want to bring that certainly to the entire commission in terms of a resolution on the first meeting in February. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right. That's it for communication reports. Is anyone that wishes to address the commission at this time? If not, we'll move on to new business, please.
4959, amend your oil and gas fund budget for relief efforts for earthquake victims in Haiti, amount of $1 million.
Can I speak?
Yes, you may.
I'd like to, before I have this item removed from today's agenda, I'd like to make some clarifications on actually what transpired.
First, if you would, let's make the motion, and then we can get into the debate.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to have this item removed until later.
Moved and seconded, this item be removed, moved by Ms. McCullough, seconded by Mr. Cox. We can have discussion on the motion at this time. Ms. McCullough?
Yes, I called here, I think, around the 11 o'clock hour last Thursday, and I asked for the CEO, the CEO's assistants. I called the parish attorney's office. The parish attorney wasn't available, and I do recall, Commissioner Epperson, that I did ask for Ms. Frazier. And as a result of that phone call, they were all in a meeting with the mayor, I believe. And so from that point, I contacted Erica. And I explained to Erica what it was that I wanted at that particular time. And it was then forwarded to the agenda. And my reason for, out of the disaster that occurred with the Haitians, I was kind of reminded of just recently, when we transferred the $17 million from the oil and gas fund. It was mentioned maybe several months prior to that that we were going to get the people's consent or contact the people in regards to moving that $17 million. So somewhere in my mind I was thinking, well, since we moved the $17 million and we didn't consult with the people, maybe this body would be willing, because of the fact that the disaster, to give up $1 million to the Haitians. But after speaking with, on Friday, which was the next day, and speaking with Attorney Grubb, he explained, and if those of you that read the newspaper, it's in the newspaper as well, he explained that it was outside of the parish jurisdiction and we couldn't make that donation as a governmental body to a non-governmental agency. So just wanted the administration to know that I didn't look over you. The young lady will verify that I did call to try to make those 4 contacts. And so after talking with Attorney Grubb, I agreed to remove this item from the agenda. Hopefully we will, as a parish and as a city, be able to do something for the Haitian people. Thank you.
Who's next? Wants to speak? Anyone else? All right. We're moving to second that this should be removed from the agenda. Vote, please. Passes. Next item, Mr. Spears.
Ordinance 4960 revokes dedication of East Dixie Meadow Road.
Move it Thursday. Moved by Commissioner Thibodeau. Seconded by Commissioner Smith. Move this to Thursday. Is there any discussion on this motion? Yeah, I'm not seeing if they're punching in, so you raise your hand if there's any discussion. Okay, let's vote, please. That passes. Next item, please.
Ordinance 4961 sells adjudicated properties.
Move to Thursday.
Moved by Ms. Baker. Second. Seconded by Commissioner Thibodeau. Any discussion on this motion? Please vote. That passes. Next item, please.
Ordinance 4962 abolishes Waterworks District Number 1, Oil City.
Move to Thursday. Been moved by Commissioner Thibodeau. Seconded. Cox. Seconded by Commissioner Pearson. I'm sorry, Mike. We all look like. I'm sorry.
You didn't know you looked as good, did you?
Is there any discussion on that motion? All right. If not, please vote. No comment. Didn't mean to downgrade you, Mike. I'm sorry. Next item, please.
Resolution 10 asks the state to sell our mineral interest as requested by Red River Land Services.
Recommend moving to Thursday.
Moved by Commissioner Epperson. Seconded by Commissioner Pearson. Is there any discussion on this motion? Please vote. It's unanimous. Next item, please.
Your annual resolution authorizing the CCAA to administer the Head Start program for the parish.
Move to Thursday.
Moved by Commissioner Baker, seconded by Commissioner Pearson. Any discussion on the motion? Yes, Commissioner Thibodeau.
Just a historical question. I understand that they've done this for 36 years. Is this something that has to be bid out every year? I mean, it's just whoever we want to do it. Okay, thank you.
All right, any more discussion? Please vote. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, that passes. Next item, please.
Resolution recognizing the 100th anniversary of the Boy Scouts.
Move it Thursday.
Moved by Mr. Jenkins, seconded by Commissioner Lynn. Any discussion on the motion? Vote, please. And that passes. Moving forward, Mr. Spears?
All that remains is your consent agenda for Thursday.
All right. That's it.
Move to adjourn.
We're adjourned.